1. Blackstone buys Sunseeker Resort for $200 million. What's next for Charlotte Harbor? 2. Blackstone acquires Sunseeker Resort for $200 million. What it means for hospitality. 3. How Sunseeker Resort's $200 million sale sparks growth for Charlotte County businesses. 1. Blackstone buys Sunseeker Resort for $200 million. What's next for Charlotte Harbor? In a surprising twist that has left both locals and industry experts talking, Sunseeker Resort Charlotte Harbor, one of Florida's most anticipated luxury destinations, has changed hands less than 2 years after its grand opening. Blackstone Real Estate, a powerhouse in the hospitality sector, is set to acquire the sprawling 22-acre resort from Allegiant Travel Company for $200 million. But here's where it gets controversial. Despite its prime location along Florida's Gulf Coast and an impressive lineup of amenities, some neighbors and observers believe key factors may have contributed to Allegiant's decision to sell. What exactly went wrong? And can Blackstone turn things around? Let's dive deeper. Sunseeker Resort officially opened its doors in December 2023, marking the end of a long journey plagued by pandemic-related delays and even a devastating construction fire. The property boasts 785 rooms, multiple dining options, 3 pools, including a rooftop pool exclusive to adults, a championship golf course, and over 60,000 square feet of meeting space designed to attract conferences and events. On paper, this sounds like a dream destination for tourists seeking relaxation or business travelers looking for convenience. Yet, cracks began to show almost immediately. Marcel Delacruz, who lives near the resort, initially felt optimistic about what Sunseeker could bring to the area. "I was very uplifted," he shared with community correspondent Austin Shargorodsky. "They were going to revitalize the economy, make this place bloom, bring in families, businesses, tourism, everything." However, his enthusiasm waned as news surfaced about operational struggles at the resort. Others in the community echoed similar concerns, pointing out one glaring omission: there's no beach nearby. For many potential visitors, this lack of direct access to sand and surf might be a deal-breaker. "When they first announced plans to open, everyone I know down here said, 'I can't imagine how this will succeed,'" remarked Bob Glass, another local resident. "It's too big, too many rooms, and honestly, not much else around to keep people entertained once they're done with the resort itself." His neighbor, Bob Mesra, chimed in with a simple yet poignant observation: "All it really needed was a beach, you know?" These doubts weren't just anecdotal, they showed up in hard numbers. During Allegiant's earnings call earlier this year, the company revealed a staggering $321 million impairment charge tied to the resort, signaling a significant drop in its perceived value. Additionally, damages totaling $5.7 million from Hurricanes Helene and Milton further compounded financial challenges. Perhaps most telling, occupancy rates during the fourth quarter of 2024 hovered at only 54%, far below what would typically be expected for such a high-profile property. Faced with these hurdles, Allegiant decided to part ways with the resort, selling it to Blackstone Real Estate. Scott Trebilco, senior managing director at Blackstone, expressed confidence in the acquisition, calling Sunseeker a brand-new, highly amenitized resort with immense potential. He emphasized that Blackstone's deep experience managing large-scale resorts positions them well to unlock Sunseeker's full promise. Gregory C. Anderson, CEO of Allegiant Travel Company, echoed this sentiment, praising Blackstone's expertise while explaining how the sale aligns with Allegiant's broader strategy. "This transaction supports our focus on strengthening our core airline operations," he stated. Proceeds from the sale are earmarked for debt repayment and bolstering Allegiant's financial health, an important step given the turbulence faced recently. Locals remain cautiously hopeful about what Blackstone's involvement means for the future. Mesra summed it up best when he said, "I'm hoping they're going to make it work." Glass added, "I wish them well because I'd love to see success." Meanwhile, Delacruz dreams bigger. "I really want to see that whole area blossom." The sale is slated to finalize in the third quarter of 2025, pending standard closing conditions. Until then, questions linger. Can Blackstone transform Sunseeker into the thriving hub its creators envisioned? Or does its location and perhaps overly ambitious design pose insurmountable challenges? We invite your thoughts. Do you think Blackstone can breathe new life into this project, or is Sunseeker destined to remain underwhelming? Share your opinions in the comments below. 2. Blackstone acquires Sunseeker Resort for $200 million. What it means for hospitality. Imagine a multi-million-dollar resort project that faced numerous challenges, ultimately falling short of expectations and forcing its owner to seek a buyer. But here's where it gets interesting. Las Vegas-based Allegiant travel company is selling its struggling Sunseeker Resort Charlotte Harbor to Blackstone for a hefty sum of $200 million. Announced on July 7, this transaction is set to close in the third quarter of 2025, subject to standard closing conditions. Nestled on 22 acres of prime waterfront property in Charlotte County, Florida, the Sunseeker Resort Charlotte Harbor boasts 785 luxurious rooms. Despite its grand opening in December 2023, which came after years of delays and a staggering $700 million investment, the resort has struggled to meet financial goals. Allegiant's decision to sell marks a significant shift as they pivot back to their core business of airline operations. Enter Blackstone, a powerhouse in real estate investing with over $320 billion in managed assets. Founded in 1991, Blackstone's real estate portfolio encompasses a wide range of sectors including logistics, data centers, residential, office, and hospitality. They excel in acquiring both undervalued and profitable properties through various investment vehicles such as Blackstone Real Estate Income Trust and Blackstone Mortgage Trust. This acquisition underscores our commitment to the hospitality sector, explains Scott Trebilco, Senior Managing Director at Blackstone Real Estate. Allegiant has created an exceptional property, and we're excited to leverage our expertise in large-scale resorts to enhance Sunseeker's performance. Gregory C. Anderson, CEO of Allegiant Travel Company, echoed this sentiment, stating that the sale will bolster Allegiant's financial health. Blackstone's extensive experience in hospitality and their proven track record make them the perfect partner for this deal, he added. Moreover, this aligns with our strategic focus on our airline business, and we plan to use the proceeds to pay off debt. Allegiant initiated the Sunseeker project in 2019 when they purchased the land for $30 million. Originally scheduled for a 2020 opening, the project encountered several obstacles, including a 17-month pause due to the pandemic, $35 million in damage from hurricanes, and a construction fire in 2023. Despite these setbacks, Sunseeker offered a plethora of amenities upon launch, featuring 20 bars and restaurants, a rooftop retreat, a championship golf course, and a spacious 60,000 square feet of meeting space. Despite some improvements in occupancy rates, rising from 54% in the fourth quarter of 2024 to 60% in early 2025, the resort still didn't meet financial projections. In late 2024, Allegiant recorded a substantial impairment charge of $321.8 million and began exploring strategic alternatives. This led them to engage Prospect Hotel Advisors for a thorough review of the property's performance. Local officials in Charlotte County had high hopes for Sunseeker, viewing it as crucial for economic recovery following Hurricane Ian. The resort successfully replaced 250 lost hotel rooms and contributed to increased tourism-related tax revenues, according to Sean Doherty, the county's tourism director, in February. And this is the part most people miss. Despite the resort's challenges, it played a vital role in the community's recovery efforts. Yet, the question remains, can Blackstone turn this underperforming asset into a thriving destination? Only time will tell. What do you think? Will Blackstone's expertise make a difference, or will the resort continue to struggle? Share your thoughts in the comments below. 3. How Sunseeker Resort's $200 million sale sparks growth for Charlotte County businesses. The acquisition of Sunseeker Resort Charlotte Harbor by Blackstone Real Estate for a hefty sum of $200 million has sparked excitement among local businesses in Charlotte County. But here's where it gets interesting. Despite some residents feeling that the resort is overly large and pricey, many area merchants are grateful for the influx of tourists and increased foot traffic it has brought to their community. We reached out to 6 local establishments to gauge their experiences since the resort's opening just 18 months ago. 2 reported no significant changes in their sales figures, but 4 businesses reported a noticeable boost, with one even doubling its revenue. Carrie Tullett, owner of Gladrich Florist Shop, shared her story. Sunseeker has been a game changer for us. Our revenue has likely doubled thanks to the resort's presence. It's not just about more visibility on Main Street, we're seeing more customers overall. Sunseeker even recommends us as the go-to florist for guests needing flowers for their rooms, wedding petals, and various events. The future of Sunseeker Resort is still uncertain, as Blackstone Real Estate hasn't disclosed their plans or what contributions they intend to make to Charlotte County. This is the part most people miss. How will this new ownership shape the resort's impact on the local economy? Will it continue to support nearby businesses, or will changes lead to different outcomes? As we await further updates from Blackstone, one thing remains clear: the Sunseeker Resort's arrival has left an indelible mark on Charlotte County. But will its influence persist under new management? What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments below.